Oh boy, this Carvana story continues to get worse and worse and worse. And now the Attorney General in Texas is like, we're done. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and today we're talking about Carvana. Now, I've done a few videos on them already, on the issues that they've had from right here in North Carolina to the issues that were covered down in South Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, where else? Michigan. Like, they've had issues all over the country. This one, though, is a very extreme case. Carvana is in trouble now with the state Attorney General, Ken Paxton, in Texas. Why is that? Well, it seems that Carvana sold or attempted to sell a vehicle to an individual that they could not get a title for. Specifically, it was I had to get my notes. Specifically, it was a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. The customer's name was Peyton Hardin. And evidently, she loved the car, and it was great. Like the first 30 days after she got the first paper tag, and then they sent her another paper tag from another state, which is illegal in the state of Texas. And then that was it. I guess she got pulled over once, and the police told her that you cannot drive this car, and the car basically just sat at her house for 455 days. Let's put that in perspective a little bit. That's like back at the beginning of the pandemic, right? Like, we don't have vaccines now. There's a whole nother president in office. Like, a lot of things have changed in 455 days. Now, very sad for Peyton is he's already been told by the police officer not to be driving the car. It doesn't matter if it was insured. It's not registered. She's been making payments on this car for over a year and hasn't been able to drive it. And what has Carvana done? Nothing. They didn't do shit. They didn't do anything to try to help this customer at all. Did they provide a rental? No. Not until Click 2 Houston, not until the local news station down there in Houston got involved, did Carvana, start to get the ball rolling to get this car back from the customer. We're going to talk about why they did get the car back from the customer here in a minute. But let's just talk a little bit about the law real quick. So the Department of Motor Vehicles in Texas basically says that you can get one set of temporary tags. Okay, that's it. And it has to be from Texas, from a licensed dealer in Texas with an appropriate bill of sale. Now, Peyton's car had a Tennessee plate on it. Now, Carvana has been doing this and breaking the law in several states. In fact, probably every state that they operate in. In Florida, they're issuing tags from Arizona. In Michigan, they're issuing tags from Arizona. They've done the same thing here in North Carolina. They also use Georgia. It seems like Georgia, Tennessee, and Arizona are their favorite states to issue temporary plates from. And I've gone ahead and I've actually reached out. I've sent an email, and I also sent certified letters to their dealer control offices. They call it something different in every single state. Some people call it tax collecting, like in Oklahoma. It's different in every state. But anyways, I've hit each motor vehicles office up with a certified letter with return receipt for an official comment. I also did it, 2021, 2022 style, and sent them an email. And I'm looking forward to hearing back from them on if this is a legitimate practice and if they're going to continue to allow Carvana to do this. Now, as a kind of, let me just explain this away type of thing, Carvana's CEO basically said that, and this was their quote from an earnings call back in August, that increased demand combined with manpower issues has caused some of the delays. No, that's not true. You're still moving cars. You're moving cars at a very high rate There's no issue with you selling the cars. There's no issue with you getting paid and getting your loans and your loan documents and stuff done with banks. Why can't you get title paperwork done? That don't add up, buddy. So after KPRC got involved with Carvana in this individual's case, a Carvana rep told her that the company will unwind the loan and take the Elantra back. Now, the reason why they were able to do that is because the car is actually financed with Carvana. Shocker. Basically, if you finance with them, then it's not hard for them to do that. But if you try to do that, like if you were financed through a credit union or another bank, or you brought your own financing, no. There's no unwinding the loan. The bank is going to want their asset. Now, Carvana did say that the money that was paid towards the Elantra would go to another vehicle, and they would give her a like or better vehicle. I don't think that's enough. I think the loss of privilege of being able to drive for 10 months to a year, I think that this person should sue the dog shit out of Carvana for that. And Carvana should just give her a car. Facts. Let me tell you why I think that that's the case. Because according now to the state of Texas, the vehicle that this lady has had, this wonderful young woman had, the reason why Carvana could never provide the titles to it is because it was involved with an estate where somebody died, and they had nobody to, the people that were supposed to come forward for the estate never came forward. So somebody in the family, whatever, basically just sold you the car, and you paid for a car with no documents, no title. Like, not the fact that that's illegal as fuck, okay? But if you're an investor into Carvana, that should be like, wait a minute, that's shady. We bought a car with no documents? What? Now, it's not like Carvana bought this from like a tow yard or something where it had a mechanic's lien on it. It was basically sold by somebody that I guess lived at the home from somebody in the estate where the person had passed away. Crazy. Now, nobody else had this information. It's not public information. Or it's public information now. We're putting it out there and doing just some basic VIN research with the state of Texas for that vehicle. And I'll tell you how I was also able to do that, the paper tag that's on the back of the car. So just doing some basic VIN research on the vehicle popped up that, yeah, it was a two-owner car. She was supposed to be the second owner. So right now it's still titled as a one-owner car. But the person that's been dead and in the ground never relinquished ownership of the vehicle. Like, it was never transferred to somebody else. Somebody just sold this to Carvana, and Carvana did not cut a check to the estate. No, they paid another individual for the car. Wow. It really just blows my mind. I'm glad I don't invest in the company. And full disclosure, because I know someone's going to say it in the comments. Well, TK, I think you said in the past that you were shorting their stock. Yes, I'm very upfront about the fact that I am shorting their stock, because any company that has this amount of blunders in multiple states and selling cars and your license has been pulled, oh my God, you got balls. You got big balls. But someone's going to kick you in those balls, and your stock is going to take a massive hit. And I'm going to be there like this, Birdman hand rubbing when it happens. But needless to say, let's get into some of the detail. I'm going to run some of the video here from KPRC in Houston so you can see what this individual was dealing with and all of that. And then we'll come back before we wrap up.
Good morning. You know, Carvana is still fairly new to the car dealer industry. The company's only been in Texas since 2016. So they promise no haggle pricing and convenience. They'll deliver the car right to your driveway. But over the past year and a half, some customers say their car buying experience with Carvana has been nothing but a hassle and headache.
22-year-old Peyton Harden is happy with this 2017 Hyundai Elantra she purchased from Carvana in August of 2020. She just can't drive it.
She's already been told once by a police officer not to be driving the car. It needed to be tagged. She had it for over a year.
In Texas, car dealers are required to submit a title and registration application to the county tax office within 30 to 45 days of the date of sale. But some 455 days after she purchased the vehicle, Peyton's mom says Carvana still can't get the title to this car.
They can't issue any more temporary tags. They can't tag it. What are we doing? Why aren't you fixing this?
When the first set of temporary tags expired, Peyton called Carvana, and they sent a second set, then a third, then a fourth. The Texas Department of Motor Vehicles tells KPRC2 Investigates licensed dealers in Texas can only provide buyers with one paper plate from Texas. It's currently investigating similar complaints from customers across the state. But this is a bigger problem. Carvana has faced legal action and fines for failing to produce titles and selling vehicles without a license in California, North Carolina, Florida, and Michigan. No one from Carvana returned our repeated calls and emails, but in a
So there you have it, guys. 455 days, and you sold this woman a car that you don't even own. How? Like, just this case by itself, in and of itself, should be enough for Ken Paxton and the used car motor vehicle division in the state of Texas to suspend your friggin' license, Carvana, period, for the entire state of Texas. Because I'm pretty sure that Ken Paxton's office, and I'm sure that Governor Abbott, is all about protecting their consumers in Texas, especially from somebody who founded the company, or the money that was founded from the company came from a convicted felon, or the son, and was run by the son of a convicted felon who did fraud with cars. Now, Texas has this big thing about don't mess with Texas, and I truly think that we're going to see that you don't mess with Texas, and I truly expect to see Ken Paxton like literally layeth the smackdown and drop the hammer on Carvana much sooner than later, especially with these recent developments. So what happens with the car now? Well, when Carvana gets it back, they got two choices. They can go after the person that they paid for the car, which they're probably long in the wind, or the car is going to have to be given back to the estate where it belongs, because as far as Carvana is concerned, you don't own it, and you shouldn't have sold it. But what do I know? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap us up for today's video. Today's video was brought to you by LosMobileUSA.com. LosMobileUSA.com is the great wireless service that gives you access on AT&T and Verizon with full postpaid access at prepaid prices. And if you use the coupon code TK's Garage, they're even going to knock it down a little bit more for you. If you're a member here on our YouTube channel, you get a fat discount for being a member and part of the team and the family here at TK's Garage. Don't forget, you can go check out tk'sgarage.com, pick up some of our merch. And until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And shout out to Los Mobile USA for sponsoring today's video.